Hey guys, I'm Flavia. As you know, I've been on Influencer now for probably like a year, maybe a year and a half, maybe 2 years. It's all a blur. All a blur at this point. As you can see, I just got out of nursing school today. I'm about to hit into some big study time. I just had to eat some lunch slash breakfast and everything. Just kind of get my stuff together before doing this. I haven't had really much of a chance to delve into some of the products fully like I want to, but I'll just kind of be posting out stuff on my Instagram and Facebook and Pinterest and Twitter and all of that for like the next 4 weeks as I continue to use the products to see how I like them throughout the duration. It's really easy to kind of get a good first experience upon trying a lot of the products, but I really appreciate when it has overall staying power, especially those that, like the makeup I received last time that worked really well over the course of the 4 weeks, and a lot of times you can't get those really awesome results right away. Sometimes you can, and then it kind of putters off, and other times it just gets better over with time. But we're going to get started. As you can see, I got my new little Fitbit that my dad got me. I'm training for a marathon in March, and I'm crazy. So I don't know how. Gotta start training as soon as I finish nursing school and pass the next semester, hopefully. But anyway, this will be good for my study break to have a little bit of a treat. So I got the Spice Vox Box from Influencer. Once again, I'm extremely grateful to be able to sample a lot of the products and review them, just to give people tips and tricks on what works for them and what works for me and what great products there are out there. And it just always involves keeping an open mind. So, one of the first things I noticed, lots of spices for wintertime, love. Lots of soothing products, once again, love, just because it is a stressful time right now for me, so a lot of this is extremely helpful, and I appreciate it, absolutely. One of the first things I noticed right off the bat was tea. I tend to overdo the coffee, so a lot of the times it helps me to kind of kick back on the caffeine and coffee levels, and then go more into teas like chamomile when my stomach is in knots and I'm nervous, and then peppermint tea actually really helps me with headaches, I've noticed. But this one in particular, it was tea by Yogi. Not too expensive, wasn't that bad. I'm sure for probably like a box of a lot of tea you would get like about $4 or $5 worth. But one of the I'm losing it today. One of the flavors, it was vanilla spice. It was saying perfect energy. I actually took the other one out just like a little while ago because I was about to prep with studying. But it was a sweet tangerine, and it has more energizing features. I really like, I've already tried vanilla spice once before, and from different brands like Bigelow, as well as I've tried Tazo tea, all that good stuff. Always love the teas, especially with Yogi too. I feel like they really do incorporate really good customer service, just the way they do their product packaging. It's very colorful, very zen, very relaxful. Right now I definitely picked the sweet tangerine over the vanilla spice. I feel like vanilla spice is really good for me winding down. And then it says energizing the body and focusing the mind, especially. I don't necessarily need that as much right now. It's more so for me, my energy is waning pretty bad. So the sweet tangerine actually has some energizing properties to it. Just with the citrus, it always tends to wake me up. And I have it in my favorite, it's burning hot, my favorite Starbucks cup. One of the things I thought was so cute is at the bottom of the tag, it was saying to be calm is the highest achievement of the self. Right now that's so pertinent. So real for me right now, especially because tomorrow is my official last day of clinical. Yay! Just placed IVs today in a fake mannequin. Yay! And then all of my finals and last chapter test on fluid and electrolytes is next week. So, right now it's very soothing. The sweet tangerine is not overpowering, not too sweet. Really like it. Just the tangerine kind of cutting through. So, a lot of the times the more earthy spices, you have to be really wary with that because sometimes it can be too overpowering. But the tangerine's working wonders for me right now. Like I said, vanilla spice. Love that. The vanilla really does help me though, more for soothing, getting myself ready for bed when I need to go to sleep. But either way, moving on. Really appreciative. I'm going to enjoy that while I'm studying right now. I just actually placed this on my hand. I'm going to try and get it nice and close. It is Botanics Power of Plants. It's a hydrating day cream. It says it's 81% organic. That's awesome. It says softens and moisturizes for 24 hours. The one thing I really like about this is the rose hip. Let's see if I could try and get it closer. Organic is wonderful. I don't know how that works with it just being like a percentage of organic. But either way, it's the thought that counts. Right now at first I thought, I didn't look at it properly and I thought it was a face cream, but I haven't put it on my face. I actually put it on my hands. My hands are super gnarly and all cut up. One, because I have rescue cats and they'll bite and scratch because they don't know any better. Two, washing my hands all the time at the hospital every 2 seconds for every single everything. My hands are gnarly. My knuckles are gnarly. They're all breaking and cutting up. The worst thing for me that I get during the winter time, you can't see it on probably the screen, but all around my cuticles, they cut open, they bleed, the skin peels. So right now, this is doing fantabulous for my hands. They've really needed it. I kept thinking about getting that little tub that says Appeals working hands. I know they have one of working feet, but I was going to get something soon. So I'm so grateful. I really do like this. It leaves a little bit of a greasy feel, but right now I just kind of need that, and my hands are sucking up the moisture, and I can feel it as we speak, just because they were so gnarly with the winter, with just all the abuse and wear and tear that they get from the hospital. I think for nurses and aides and doctors especially, this is our bread and butter. Our bread and butter for nurses is not only putting in IVs, but having good hand care, because we're constantly wearing gloves, and if we're not, we have impaired skin integrity, which is a NANDA nursing diagnosis. So I'm teaching you as I'm reviewing for my test. But yes, we do have risk for impaired skin integrity, especially with the weather. Once the skin is broken, it is impaired skin integrity. That could put me at risk for all of the bacteria and the harmful microorganisms that are at the hospital, so I do not need that. I have no time to waste, no rest for the weary. I can't miss work, can't miss school, so it's imperative, super uber important that I do not get sick or have anything gnarly like cellulitis with my hands, anything. And right now I finally, for the first time since August, got to paint my fingernails. So technically we're not supposed to wear nail polish to clinical tomorrow, but it's the last day. So I think I could get away with it. And it's very, very light. So speaking of, that's the next thing I was going to show you. So SinfulShine, they tend to be a lot cheaper than like Revlon. What is that other one? It's like something China, whatever. Normally I always use Sally Hansen. Just recently got into the Color Stay Revlon Gel Envy. Don't know if you can see that at all. But either way, so I've used that in the past. I really don't see a difference. It's just kind of nail polish. It's a little bit stronger, but with the amount of hand sanitizer that we use and a lot of the cleaning solutions that are at the hospital, it erodes away the nail polish regardless. And we're not allowed to have generally nail polish anyway, so I don't wear it on my hands. I'll just wear it on my toes. Yeah. But this was kind of the color, if you could see it. Very nice and light. The taupe. It is called Prosecco. Love. It is kind of a light taupe. Matches my scrub pants in gray. And it has little gold flecks. So I don't know if you can see it, but almost blends in with my skin tone, so that'll be perfect for clinical tomorrow. For our last day. It also has the top shine coat. I'm assuming it's kind of similar to the other brands that are out there of the gel top coats that you're seeing from Sally Hansen and that you're seeing from Revlon. To be quite honest, I've tried everything. I was banging this against the counter not too long ago. I grabbed one of those little grippy pads and was trying to get this to open. And this was before, granted, putting on the hand cream. Can't get this thing open. So I put on the base coat. I just can't get the shiny clear top coat on. But it looks awesome. It's saying that the top coat is that clear, and then the bottom is the color. I'm assuming it's kind of quoting for a lot of shine, but since I don't have that top coat, I can't really see it quite yet. To be honest, any type of nail polish that has a glitter in it has a lot more staying power than just regular nail polish, so I think that this will last quite a bit. Right now, I'm pretty rough on my hands, and it's holding up that shine. Love the gold flecks. I just think the color is absolutely beautiful and classic and elegant. So just doing that subtle touch adds a little bit of interest to it of the gold sparkle, but just that nice light taupe is classic for winter and fall. And it just matches with everything, and I need it to match with everything. So, one of the things I was most happy about, and thank you once again for that spice Vox Box, adding a little bit of interest to my day. So basically it's kind of just like veggie sticks, like any other ones, but I've gotten a lot more in this bag than I have in others. The consistency, nice and crunchy, tastes really great, just like all the other veggie sticks, but you get so much more in this bag. So much more. The other one's just air. The pieces are a little bit smaller. Other veggie sticks, they'll be like super mondo, but I feel like they hold a lot more in this bag, being the smaller shape. Light sea salt, 50% less fat than potato chips. This is good because I, no matter what, will mindlessly munch when I'm not paying attention. Let's see, it's very yummy. Broccoli, tomato, what else? Carrots, it has some beets in there, and then spinach. So that's kind of the components of all the veggie sticks. I haven't seen some out there that incorporate broccoli and beets, so I think that's an added plus. Hold on. I'm hungry. I needed that. Moving right along. Cream styling mousse. Used it a couple days ago when I went with my family to the sawmill for breakfast. Love this. My hair has been getting a little, I know it doesn't look like it today. I just blow dried it today, but normally when I let it air dry, it's actually starting to get a little bit stronger of a curl. I've been growing it out, taking the biotin, not on a regular basis, but trying to. The Not Your Mothers, love their dry shampoo. I haven't really tried a lot of their other products, but this actually gives the volume that it's claiming to give. I find that my hair tends to be pretty thin, but I have a lot of it. So it's kind of like a catch-22. It's like my hair is thin, so it doesn't want to always listen to me, but this just kind of builds a lot of that body. It wasn't frizzy. It felt thick. It felt really thick for the first time. For the first time in forever. My hair actually felt really, really nice, and I appreciate it. I can't sing. Frozen songs. No, I didn't have a lot of frizz. It says it tames the frizz. Love that. It just gave it a very light wave because it's at this point where it's pretty long, so it doesn't really hold curls. Um, didn't feel gunky. Smelled wonderful. Kind of like how to explain it? Light vanilla smell. Just kind of like not even a cotton candy, but just I guess you could say, yeah, cotton candy. It smelled wonderful, and I felt like it just provided a lot of thickness, a lot of body to my hair, and some moisturizing component too. I just felt like it amped it up quite a bit. So I really, really enjoyed that. This I have yet to try, so I'm going to try it for the next couple of weeks, but I've just been doing um, even just smelling it, we're just kind of inspecting the packaging of it. It's Soapbox, coconut, shampoo with shea butter. Also, we have the conditioner. Pretty decent sized bottles. You definitely need it for long hair. So this is great, especially with the coconut. It has that added moisture for the winter months. Just looking at it, so like the conditioner just in general, pretty thick. Smells nice and light of coconut. Don't know how it really works on the hair. It says it's color safe, not shea butter, what am I talking about? Sulfate free and paraben free. That would help so much for having thin hair, so it wouldn't weigh it down. But however, even though it says it has all that moisturizing component, if you look at the ingredients, it still has the same list of ingredients that most of the shampoos and conditioners out there have, like the commercial ones. They have acetyl alcohol, stearyl alcohol, citric acid, benzyl alcohol, so a lot of alcohols. And I feel like that's kind of one of the things that I was always taught to watch for in a shampoo and conditioner, where it claims to be able to moisturize your hair, but if it's having all these chemicals with the name of stearyl alcohol and benzyl alcohol, all of that, it's still going to cause some type of drying to your hair and changing the pH of your hair. So I'm sure a lot of people would probably look at this in the store and be like, oh, it's natural coconut, like packaging, but nowadays you have to be so careful with marketing because you'll think something's natural and it'll end up having probably more chemicals than even just like a standard straight run-of-the-mill shampoo and conditioner. Because really with shampoo and conditioner, it's removing all of the natural oils of your hair, which is why it's good to go every other day or every 2 days, and then having your natural oils coat the hair shaft, rather than just constantly washing and washing and washing. But other than that, I do appreciate the sulfate-free and paraben-free. That's going to work wonders, but we'll see how it goes for the next couple of weeks. I have some reservations because I feel like with coconut in general, I could just use the unprocessed coconut oil, and I feel like that might have more benefit, just doing those treatments once a week, as opposed to potentially investing in this. But a very decent sized bottle, that is great. Great. Last but not least, Petals provides a lot of support and warmth into a boot. I just bought a new pair of boots recently, so I'm trying to stretch them out and kind of wear them down a bit because they are snug, so I haven't placed these quite yet. But right now, these are looking pretty good to put in there. The only thing, I don't know if I would go in a store and personally seek these out to buy. This looks wonderful. It has actually measurements on the back for you to cut. It adds a little bit of stability. There's nothing of arch support. It's just basically having a little extra of the fluffiness of the wool. It says that it is machine washable. It's moisture wicking. Heel to toe cushioning for maximum shock absorption. Speaking of socks, great segue. I wear socks all the time with boots, so I don't know if that interferes with the moisture wick capability. Um, for people that do not wear socks, I think this would be great because then you can machine wash it, so it would remove odor and combat that. However, for me, I feel walking into the store, it wouldn't be something I seek out. I feel like mine would be more of looking specifically for arches, because I do tend to have issues with that. Um, I don't necessarily pronate or supinate, moving my foot from side to side, but just that arch in general, it does cause me some pain. Um, they look very nice. They feel so, so soft to touch. I just don't know how much they would help with shock absorption. So I'm going to try that out for the next couple of weeks, and hopefully it doesn't warm my feet up too much where then they are diaphoretic or sweating, because then that can cause also a lot of risk for impaired skin integrity on your feet. But other than that, that was a little bit of my review. I'm sorry I haven't been able to try quite everything yet. As the weeks go by and things kind of slow down, I will be able to work on trying the foot pedals inserts for the boots. I'll also be able to try the conditioner and shampoo on a regular, consistent basis. That way I can give a better kind of appraisal as to what works and doesn't work and how it affects specifically my hair. Other than that, everything else, I am so happy, especially the nail polish. Being a girl, not having my nails done for months and months and months, that was just the first thing I popped right open and started painting my nails. So, I really hope you like this. Once again, it was from Influencer. It was the Spice Vox Box. I tried everything for testing purposes, and right now I'm going to start experimenting with all my little samples and being able to review them on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Twitter and Pinterest. So if you have any questions, please comment below. Love you guys. Thanks.